Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Have you ever wondered if there are little things you could do to make your interactions smoother, be more persuasive, or just understand people a little better? It's not about manipulation, but about understanding the fascinating ways our brains are wired. Today we're diving into 10 simple psychological tricks that are surprisingly effective in everyday life. Stick around, because some of these might just change the way you see your daily conversations. Let's start with a classic. The power of a nod. When you're explaining something or trying to get someone to agree with you, try nodding subtly as you speak. It's a nonverbal cue that suggests what you're saying is true and agreeable. Because we naturally mirror the body language of others, the person you're talking to is likely to start nodding back. This unconscious action can make them more receptive and more likely to agree with your point. It's incredibly simple, but you'll be surprised how often it works. Try it the next time you're discussing where to go for dinner. Next up, let's talk about silence. We often feel the need to fill every conversational gap, but sometimes the most powerful thing you can say is nothing at all. If you ask someone a question and they give you an incomplete or unsatisfactory answer, just wait. Maintain gentle eye contact and stay silent. The social pressure to fill the void will often compel them to elaborate, providing more detail and often a more honest response. It shows you're actively listening and expecting more without being aggressive. This technique is gold in negotiations, or simply when you're retrying to get to the heart of a matter. Have you ever noticed how you feel after helping someone? It actually makes you like them more. This is called the Ben Franklin effect. The story goes that Ben Franklin once asked a rival who did unlike him to lend him a rare book. The man obliged, and from then on, their relationship improved dramatically. The psychology here is that our brains justify our actions. If we do a favor for someone, our brain concludes, I must like this person, otherwise why would I help them? So if you want to build a better rapport with someone, don't just do favors for them, mask them for a small, easy-to-grant favor. It could be as simple as asking to borrow a pen or for their opinion on something. Here's one for making a great first impression. When you meet someone new, make a conscious effort to use their name a couple of times during the initial conversation. For example, it's really nice to meet you, Sarah, and later, so Sarah, what do you do for fun? Hearing our own name is like music to our ears. It creates an instant feeling of connection and shows that you're paying attention and value them as an individual. It makes people feel seen and respected, and it helps you remember their name too. Just don't overdo it, or it might start to sound a little strange. Now, let's talk about how to win an argument, or rather how to have a more productive discussion. Instead of attacking the other person's viewpoint, find a point of agreement first. Start your response with something like, I completely understand why you feel that way, or that's a really valid point. By validating their perspective first, you lower their defenses. They become more open to hearing what you have to say next, because you've shown that you're not just trying to win. You're trying to understand. This is the foundation of empathetic communication, and it transforms a confrontation into a collaboration. Want to be more likable? Try matching people's body language. This is called mirroring, and it's something we often do unconsciously with people we feel close to. You can do it intentionally by subtly copying their posture, hand gestures, or even their rate of speech. If they lean forward, you lean forward slightly. If they cross their legs, you might do the same a few moments later. The key is to be subtle. You're not trying to be a perfect mimic. This creates a subconscious feeling of rapport and trust, making the other person feel that you're in sync with them. This next one is a fun little brain hack. If you have a song stuck in your head that you can't get rid of, try thinking about the end of the song. This is based on something called the Zeigarnik effect, which is our brain's tendency to remember incomplete tasks better than completed ones. An earworm is essentially an incomplete musical phrase stuck on a loop. By forcing yourself to think of how the song finishes, you signal to your brain that the task is complete, and often the loop will break. It's a surprisingly effective way to get some mental peace and quiet. Okay, let's talk about choices. If you want someone to do something, give them two options, both of which lead to the outcome you want. This is called the illusion of choice. For example, instead of asking a child, can you please put your shoes on? Which can be answered with a simple no. You could ask, do you want to wear your red shoes or your blue shoes? Either way, they're putting shoes on. This works on adults too. Should we start the meeting at 9 or 9:15? You're framing the situation in a way that makes the other person feel in control, while gently guiding them toward the desired action. Here's a tip for learning and teaching. If you're trying to learn something new, try to teach it to someone else. The act of explaining a concept forces you to simplify it. Organize your thoughts and identify any gaps in your own understanding. As the saying goes, to teach is to learn twice. Similarly, if you're a manager or leader, instead of just telling someone what to do, demonstrate it first. People learn far more effectively by watching and then doing, rather than just by listening to instructions. This show Don't Just Tell method builds confidence and competence. Finally, let's look at how to tell if someone is truly engaged in a conversation, especially in a group. Pay attention to their feet. Sounds weird, I know, but our feet often point in the direction we want to go. If you're talking to someone and their torso is turned towards you, but their feet are pointed towards the door or another person, it might be a subconscious sign that they want to leave the conversation. Conversely, if their feet are pointed directly at you, it's a great indicator that they are fully present and invested in what you're saying. It's a subtle but powerful piece of nonverbal information. So there you have it, 10 psychological tricks that you can start using today. Remember, the goal isn't to control people, but to foster better communication, build stronger connections, and navigate our social world with a little more insight and empathy. The human mind is an incredible thing, and understanding these little quirks can make a big difference in our daily lives. Which of these tricks are you excited to try first? Maybe you have one of your own that works like a charm. Let me know down in the comments. I'd love to read them. If you found this video helpful and interesting, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel for more content just like this. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.